Let's get things straight. I come to neither bury nor exalt Wes Craven's 1982 Swamp Thing movie. It's a slightly goofy comic book adaptation which is post-Dick Donner's Superman movie and pre-gritty superhero reinvention of Frank Miller and Tim Burton's Batman. It was also the Wes Craven film which came after his early drive-in success with Last House on the Left and Hills Have Eyes, but before his major breakthrough with Nightmare on Elm Street, which afforded him a solid mainstream footing. Craven was in a career crisis when he took the role of directing Swamp Thing, and the results show. I mean, he brought in Krug himself, David Hess, for the main henchman, but other than that, it's obvious that the producers were very much in the driver's seat on this very uneven film. The film was shot on location in South Carolina, a difficult environment where cast and crew sweated out, while the boggy, acidic water literally began to melt away the Swamp Thing suits. And the suits, oh god, they looked like they were made by someone who either had never seen the Swamp Thing comic before, or had been given $1.95 to make something somehow resembling a Swamp Thing outfit. The campy sequel and the TV series were miles ahead on that front. They actually looked like Swamp Thing.
The Adventures of the Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing slowly built a cult following through its repeat showings on premium cable throughout the early 80s. Little did we know that many years later we'd actually be able to see a slightly longer cut of the film on DVD, with 2 scenes featuring additional moments of nudity, which did not make the cut of Embassy's PG US release. First, there's a scene where Adrienne Barbeau takes a refreshing bath in that filthy swamp. Let's play both versions back to back and see what's missing. The second deleted scene is an extension of a pre-existing scene, where we become privy to a wild bacchanal at old Anton's place. Again, let's watch the original Embassy version back to back with the MGM DVD. In 2002, a woman in Dallas rented the Swamp Thing DVD for her children and was horrified by the moments of nudity from the international version. Soon after, MGM re-released a version of the movie which matched the original PG cut. It's the same cut released on the new Scream Factory Blu-ray. Now, even though the extra nudity is a novelty, I can understand dropping it because it wasn't part of the original US theatrical release, and while the additional Barbeau is nice, those belly dancers are basically pointless and they slow down what is already a muddled and uneven film which needs to come to a climax. The one thing that bothers me about the new Scream Factory Blu-ray, and this is getting pretty nitpicky, but if you watch the original Embassy VHS back-to-back with the new Blu-ray transfer, you realize that MGM basically took their international cut and then simply edited those two scenes to conform to the PG cut. The only problem with this is that the PG cut actually has a slightly different sound mix than the international cut, and if you listen closely, you'll find the effect is slightly jarring. Take the Barbeau sequence, for instance. Did you notice how jarring that musical cut was in the new MGM transfer versus the original Embassy VHS? Check out the noticeable difference in that cut from the exterior to the interior of Anton's mansion. Again, these are very slight issues, and the new Scream Factory Blu-ray is a superb release packed full of extras and well worth the look. But it kind of annoys me that instead of either getting the reinstated international cut or the US theatrical cut with the original audio mix, we essentially get a kind of gnarly edited hybrid version. MGM's editing solution may have ultimately been the only option if the original theatrical film and sound elements no longer exist, or maybe they're being lazy, I don't know. Anyway, it's nothing to stress about, but it's an interesting footnote in the life of a rather uneven, lopsided film whose plot is as misshapen as the title character's body.